Yo, welcome back to the channel. She got Feed Me Kicks back with another pickup quick review. Shout out to everybody that has subscribed to the channel. Picked up a lot of new subscribers. Finally learned how to do the YouTube shorts, so I was able to do a quick preview of my LeBron 7 collection, and that's what we're here to do today, man. Like I said, a new pickup. And real quick, go over some of the LeBron 7s that I got here in the stash. Shout out to Brian Gang, man. Felt good to see the LeBron line get some love when the FAMU 7s dropped, both the green and the black pair. Shout out to those that checked out the review on the black suede FAMU. I'm almost up to, 950 views. So in my eyes, hey, that's a small win. To some people, it's like, oh, that's nothing. But for just starting out, trying this new sneaker thing, that's a win in my book, man. So if y'all haven't checked that out, man, y'all go ahead and take a look at that. And like I said, man, it's dope to see Brian Gang getting some love right now. And Nike's coming with some pressure, man. They gave us a sneak peek of the LeBron 20 Liverpool. Yesterday, they did a preview of the LeBron 20 All-Stars. So y'all let me know what y'all thoughts are on the LeBron 20, man. I think this is a more popular model here of late, especially for us Bigfooters. Like I said on the last episode when I did the review, it's like for whatever reason, size 11.5 through 13, everything is gone. There was a lot of 20s that I thought I was going to get on clearance and rack up with my collection or whatever, but man, them sizes are gone. So I'm definitely gonna try my luck with the Liverpool as well as the All-Stars. And like I said, man, y'all let me know in the comments, man, how y'all feel about the LeBron 20, man. So real quick, due to all the love that the LeBron 7s have been getting in the last couple of weeks, man, it made me go back and think about the very first LeBron shoe that I picked up ever, and I dogged it out. I said I bought that shoe to go play basketball in. I was in college, and it was one of those things where I had never even looked at the LeBron line, not even once, and needed some new shoes to play ball in, and I just so happened to walk in the mall, and these was actually on sale, and I was like, can't go wrong with it. It's a cheap shoe, just something to hoop in. So I bought it, and when I put my foot in it, man, it was amazing. It changed my life forever. So ever since then, that's when I started paying more attention to LeBrons. Had no idea that the 7 silhouette was going to be one of the people's favorites. So before I knew it, started racking up. And next thing I knew, I had a whole stash of LeBron 7s. And the rest is history, man. Actually, my favorite is the LeBron 9. That's my favorite silhouette out of all of them. A lot of people say that the 7s were the best ones, 7s or 8s. A lot of people say the 10. But I had a bunch of 10s, but I felt like they were just too bulky. So over time, I ended up selling them and getting rid of them. But we'll talk about that. So shout out to GOAT. This was my first time using GOAT. I know a lot of people's been complaining about StockX and selling fakes and things like that. And I never really had an issue. I've shopped with StockX before. But went through GOAT just trying to find some of the LeBron 7s that I didn't have. Try to get them back in my collection. And this was actually a pair that, like I said, I hooped in them, played ball, dogged them out. And I never could find a clean pair. Every time I seen them online, they were either yellowing or they were beat up pretty bad. And I saw these on GOAT. Of course, they were used. But for the price that I paid, I was like, you know what? It's worth a shot just to try to get them back in the collection. And they actually didn't look too bad. So, with that being said, white and red LeBron 7. This is the shoe that started my LeBron fetish, trend, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, I bought this shoe strictly for playing ball in. And every time I laced them up, man, it just felt like I was walking on clouds. So as you know, that's one of the specialties with the LeBron line is the Air Max unit. And I can't complain, man. Like I said, shout out to GOAT. The LeBron 7 actually debuted, I want to say, what, back in 2009? So for this shoe to be so old, I mean, like I said, of course you're going to have some signs of yellowing and things like that. But these are still rockable. Might even take them somewhere to see if I can get that tongue deep cleaned. But overall, this is a clean shoe, man. So like I said, a shout out to GOAT. Glad to have these back in the collection, man. Like I said, this is what started it. So real quick, I told you all when I did the FAMU review that if I get enough subscribers, I'm going to start going through some of my collection, man. I got a lot of gems hidden here. So like I said, for starters, appreciate everybody that checked out the review on the FAMU LeBron 7s. I've already had these on. Definitely a head turner. So no need to go through that. So that one's out the way. And this is in no particular order. Like I said, I just have them lined up here. Just going to briefly go through what I have here in the collection, man. So, first up, Christ the King, man. This was another shoe that, like I said, I jumped on the LeBron line late. So by the time I got onto that wagon, a lot of these had already released. Had no idea that the resale value and all that stuff was as crazy as it was for the LeBron line. So this was one of the more sought after colorways. And I was able to pick this up for a reasonable price. I'm not one of them people where I go and just empty out the bank account for sneakers. I try to find them for a reasonable deal. And the whole key with LeBrons, like I said before, is, man, just being patient. You'll find them eventually. Next up, LeBron 7 Dunkman Lows. Dope colorway, man. Definitely a fire summertime shoe. Low top. I said it's a couple other LeBron 7 lows that I wish I could get my hands on, but man, that's gonna be hard this late in the game. This is what, 2023. Like I said, man, this shoe's been around since 2009. So finding a pair in good condition, it's gonna be hard. But the LeBron 7 low Dunkman, which takes me to the LeBron 7 high Dunkman. These are pretty beat up. Had its fair share of use. Wish I could get my hands on another pair of these. But based on the prices that I've seen, man, you're talking anywhere between $400 or $500. And that's not even for a pair that's dead stock. So I wish Nike would go back to the black and green. I know they experimented with, you know, some different tones of green and stuff with the Dunkman line. But this right here, man, this is what done it. I had no idea what this shoe was. I saw it out in public one day, and I was like, man, what is that? And that's when I saw the LeBron logo, and I fell in love. So, Dunkmans. Boom. Fairfax. This is actually the retro LeBron 7. Most of you all that are into the LeBron line, y'all know that this was originally a PE. For those that don't know what that means, player exclusive. This shoe was originally made strictly for the Fairfax basketball team. And with PEs and the LeBron line, man, it's like if you get your hands on those, you definitely paid a pretty penny. So it was dope to see that Nike gave us a retro of this shoe. Another head turner. So Fairfax. Boom. Tuxedo. This is one of the original colorways back in the day. Definitely another clean colorway. Can't go wrong with a black and white sneaker. And I love how they was switching up. They would switch it up with the materials on the 7. Some have the patent leather, some have just strictly leather. So I think that was a dope touch. But like I said, man, this You can't go wrong with the LeBron 7. Even though I said the 9 is my favorite, the colorway on the 7s, man, was crazy. Cool grays. Cool gray 7s. And it had the touches of 3M all over it. 3M on the tongue. Like I said, this material, dog, it's not even leather. It's some kind of like, I don't even know what you call that. But again, throw on some gray sweats. Nice hoodie. Can't go wrong. Next up, LeBron 7 China Moon. These are actually the originals. Like I said, this was another LeBron 7 that they retroed. And you saw a little slight changes in the shoe, but overall I feel like they done a great job of bringing that shoe back to life. And I told you all before on the last review, I love details. So that's what I love about the LeBron line. Not sure if y'all can see the little Chinese writing and stuff that goes all along the shoe. It says, see if it'll focus in there. But you can see it all over the white panel part. And that's the part that I love, man. Just details and sneakers that tell a story. They paint a picture. That's what I'm into. So, LeBron 7 China Moon OG. All-Star Weekend's coming up. OG LeBron 7 All-Stars. This whole upper is 3M. Might take a couple of pictures and throw it in there so people can see what it looks like with the flash on. They tried to retro this one. I didn't like the retro of this sneaker, man, because you see how this one is kind of this all one color. On the retro, it looked like the 3M parts was like almost looked purplish to me. But you can tell the difference between the original and the retro. Another colorway. Perfect, dog. Perfect shoe. Clean. And that's why I actually love what they're doing with the LeBron 20 All-Star. It kind of reminds you of this sneaker right here. So kudos to Nike once again. Cavs. This reminds me of the throwback Cavs jerseys, man, with the navy, hints of gold with that red on there. Another dope shoe, clean shoe. I'm not a big fan of white sneakers, but this is one that I've kept in great condition. And again, with the right fit, can't go wrong. I know nowadays a lot of people are like, man, they can't really rock basketball sneakers with outfits or whatever. It's too bulky, blah, blah, blah. But to me, throw on some sweats, a hoodie, you good. This is a pair that I wish they would retro because mine are beat to pieces. Like I said, from a distance, they don't look too bad. But up close, man, this shoe has had it. But this is the Blackout or Phantom LeBron 7. Can't go wrong with an all-black shoe either. Here goes a more modern LeBron. The baseball or LA Dodgers. This shoe debuted a couple of years ago. I believe it was the bubble season. I think LeBron rocked these during the NBA bubble. But this is definitely a dope shoe. Rest in peace to my homie Tink. He was a LA Dodgers fan, so he was definitely in love with this shoe when he first seen it. Even though he didn't like LeBron, he was a Kobe guy. But he definitely wanted this sneaker right here, man. So shout out to you. Like I said, rest in peace, man. As you all know, cancer sucks. I lost my mom to cancer a couple years ago, and then followed by him. So this shoe definitely reminds me of him every time I put that on. Dope, dope, dope sneaker. Digging back in some of the originals. For those that definitely know what's going on, this is one of the East Bay packs. Colorway LeBron 7s. This was the gray and royal. I have these wrapped because, like I said, here in my man cave, I have a lot of my sneakers on display just to kind of story tell. You know, if anybody walked in here that didn't know me, then they'd be like, hey, man, this dude's really into sneakers, into basketball. So a lot of the shoes that started getting some separation on them and things like that, I just kind of wrapped them so they can just kind of sit around and, you know, describe me in terms of my man cave in my basement. Got a lot of jerseys and stuff hanging up. Like I said, the more subscribers I get, man, I might give y'all a tour of the man cave, man. So y'all hit that like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Here goes to the second of the third East Bay colorway. Gray and red. A lot of people would rock this with Ohio State. But like I said, man, you can't go wrong, man. And then the third, let's see here. Sorry about that. Still got a few more to go through. The third, the last, gray and orange. Orange is one of my favorite colors. And when I first saw this sneaker, fell in love again. That's why I was like, I didn't realize how many colorways was out there of the LeBron sneaker. And that's when I really started paying attention. Because growing up, I was a huge Allen Iverson fan. So I was trying to, you know, get all the colorways of all the Iversons and things like that. So once I realized how heavy Nike was going into the LeBrons in terms of just putting out different colorways, man, I was like instantly in love with that. So another favorite. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think this was the very first colorway that debuted the LeBron 7. Like I said, back in 2009. Can't go wrong with a black, red, and white colorway. This is one of those shoes where I kind of wrapped this one up. Really hadn't noticed too much separation on it. But this is one of the sneakers that a lot of people fell in love with at the time. So this is one of those that I want to make sure I keep in good condition. Black, red, and white. Red carpets. Another fan favorite. OG. They did a retro of this one, and actually that was another one that I feel like they done a good job with the retro of the red carpets. This one actually has a lot of separation. I tried to get this one restored, and for whatever reason, like I said, it's starting to come undone. I try my best to keep my shoes in good temperatures and things like that to try to prevent that. But for such an old sneaker, it's held up for quite some time, and like I said, it's still crispy. Still crispy. But it's one of those, it's like, nope, it's time to put it up. I don't want to risk having the whole thing come apart and all of that. So red carpet, can't go wrong with that one. Almost done, guys, almost done. This was a retro MVP LeBron 7. Shout out to Reds Los Angeles out there in California. I actually won these in a raffle. Very ecstatic. I actually won 2 pair, and I think I traded the other pair for something else or sold it. I can't even remember. But dope sneaker. Like I said, the original was definitely busting heads in terms of trying to pick that up and buy it on the secondary market. So it was dope to see that Nike went in and pulled these out the vault and retro those. Then of course, with LeBron being in LA now, it was dope that they dropped the Media Day LeBron 7s. This is another shoe I won from Reds. So shout out to Reds. Like I said, y'all go check them out on Instagram. They got a TikTok now, Facebook. But this shoe, probably not going to wear it. I was hoping that they would have gave us the same shoe. 2 purples, 2 yellows, and made it a set. And that way you can actually rock it. It's like I don't feel comfortable, you know, at 30 plus years old walking around with mismatched shoes. And people constantly stopping you like, man, you know you got on 2 different shoes or whatever. And if you're not a fan of the LeBron line, you wouldn't understand that. Between these and the What The series. Now, I will rock those. But in terms of a big, bright yellow shoe and then 1 purple, that's just one thing where it's like, nah, I'm cool on that. And I actually thought these were going to be like a hot item, considering that they came with the Lakers colorway. But there was a lot of hype in the beginning, but then it died down. So this is a shoe that if you really want it, you can get it for a reasonable price. But I have this here in the man cave. Got a couple of my LeBron Laker jerseys set up, so I keep the shoes here on display. But LeBron 7 Media Day. So, last but not least, quick backstory. I told you all the very first time I paid attention to the LeBron 7 was with the white and red. That's the same year, again, I was in college. I was at University of Kentucky. So that's the season that John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, and all those guys came. Turned that city upside down, man. You'd have thought they were rock stars once they got to Lexington. And that's when they announced that they were doing the partnership with LeBron and all of that. LeBron came to Rupp Arena. LeBron came out in the China Sevens. He was actually the honorary guest, came out on the court during one of the UK games. And later on in the year, that's when UK debuted the LeBron 7 Kentucky PE. Again, I had no idea what the LeBron line was about, how they did their releases or anything. At that time, I was just stuck on Jordans. So I thought that this shoe was going to be widely available to the public. And that's when Oneness first, got on the scene. They started out in Lexington, I believe. And I came into the store one day and they had them in the window. And I'm talking about, man, I fell in love with that sneaker. Like, that is one of the dopest sneakers I had ever seen in my life. And once I found out how much that shoe was going for, I was like, man, I'll never touch it. So back then, you're talking about, I saw some people that was selling it for like $2,500. And I was like, never in my life will I ever pay that amount of money for a pair of shoes. And that was just one of those, it instantly became a grail. And patience is key, like I told you all. Fast forward like 10 years later, a buddy of mine said he had a dead stock size 12. He's like, I know you've been talking about this shoe for over a decade. I'm talking about every time I saw the shoe, it was just like I constantly made posts, fire emojis, telling people that, hey, man, that's my grail. I would love to get my hands on that. And he reached out to me. He's like, I got a dead stock size 12. He's like, because it's you went to Kentucky, you're a UK fan, I'll cut you a deal. So I told you this shoe was going for like $2,500 at the time. Definitely wasn't going to pay that. I'm not going to disclose how much I paid. Might have gotten in trouble with the wife for a brief moment, but she knew how much this shoe meant to me. And she gave me the approval to sign off on it. So my favorite LeBron sneaker of all time might be one of my favorite sneakers ever. The LeBron 7 Player Exclusive University of Kentucky. Like, this is by far one of the best LeBron sneakers I've ever seen out there. Like, the blue patent leather, the black nubuck, swoosh outline with the blue, UK logo on the tongue. Like, everything about this shoe just pops and turns heads everywhere you go. I've definitely rocked it. I'm not one of those people where I just buy a bunch of shoes and leave them sitting around. Like I said, the reason why I didn't want to rock the media days is because it was just, to me, it was just too much going on. But outside of that, at least 98% of the sneakers that I have, I've put them on the ground. So buy what you like, rock your shoes, man. So with that being said, man, y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Which shoe in the LeBron line is the best silhouette? A lot of people say Nike went crazy with the LeBron 7. And that period from the LeBron 7 through 10, people were lined up. People were going crazy. LeBrons was selling out, similar to how Jordans are. But again, the LeBron line focused on performance, basketball sneakers, and they wanted to make sure they started putting more modern technology and things into his sneakers. And I guess that's kind of when it separated your casual person versus basketball. So that's why a lot of people are not really into LeBrons, because overall they are strictly a basketball shoe. But only a few people can rock these the right way. So, I Respectfully Disagree podcast. Y'all check it out. Got plenty of episodes up on YouTube. Got plenty of episodes on streaming services. Man, y'all hit that like, subscribe, share, comment. Man, y'all let me know how y'all feel about the LeBron 7 collection. What's some of your favorite LeBrons? After I get enough likes or subscriptions and things like that, might dig into the LeBron 9 collection. Man, I got all kind of bronze here, man. Old, classics, new, got a lot of things, man. So, appreciate y'all interacting with the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Give me some feedback. Let me know what y'all think. And we out.